Hi all, and welcome to another of our mental health minis where we talk to people in and around the sporting arena about their mental health experiences. Today, I'm so pleased to welcome our first international guest, Norwich City superfan Lucas Torre. I hope I've got that right. Also known as the Brazilian Canary to most of you. Lucas, welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure being part of everything that is related about Norwich. It's a pleasure, mate. Thank you so much.
No, it's not a problem. As I've said to a few people when organising this, it'd be great to get your perspective on this kind of thing. So, without further ado, Lucas, obviously living in Brazil, you're quite far away from us. Talk to me about how your mental health experiences, and obviously Norwich plays a significant role in your life. How does it affect you? Is it positive, negative?
Well, in general, during this quarantine, mental health was a need for many people, most of people that I know, and I think it's not only in Brazil, in every place. So for myself, I try to deal with it with positivity. It's not easy because all the situation we are having here in Brazil, and many people unfortunately is dying for this situation, and it's hard, so hard to us not think about that and not get down for that. So I try to be positive, try to think about how it can be changed and how world will be better when we cross this pandemic thing. So with Norwich, football in general, I think football is made for unite us, is made for bring happiness to everyone. And Norwich for me and for all Norwich fans is that because I told that I say something like that in the watch along with Jack and Chris, that we are the soul of the club, and when we have a good spirits in a positive way, we make things seems happy, seems great, and seems fine besides the situation. And watch Norwich was so really great this season, was so happy, was so enjoyable. Watch our team, and this brings me and I think other Norwich fans here in Brazil and also in England and around the world, much happiness and positive vibes for to go through this year or more with COVID. So I think football is an essential thing to make us sober, to make us think better, and to make us have some way to enjoy ourselves being home. And we cannot be together, but we can try in a spiritual way, I think. Besides the distance, being together virtually on social media, or talk with other people on cell phone, just to try to make things better. In some ways we try to celebrate together, send pictures of myself drinking or chanting. We need to try something to cheer things up, to make us feel like we are together in person.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're right. Is that like we did a mental health forum for the Canaries Trust a while back, and I mentioned that I have a WhatsApp group with some of my friends who support different clubs, and even though we support different clubs, we have great fun talking about football in general. So you're right, football does unite us, and particularly for me and yourself and loads of others, Norwich is something we can all talk about, we can all get behind, and that really does kind of make us feel a lot better at times. And one of the things that's come out of this video is how much people do feel better on the sporting side of things when Norwich win. Some people still, and there's no criticism whatsoever about this, when Norwich lose, they feel it really impacts them and it brings them down. But when they win, it really lifts them for the rest of the day, the
It's a
week, or whenever.
relief. Yeah, it's a relief because it's almost like your parent receives a medal. North win is something like that. It cheer you up. or at least do not make you feel that bad during the day. It's strange, but it's how involved we are with football and Norwich City.
I absolutely. I think one of the things as well that helps us over here, and I know I speak for a number of Norwich fans, is seeing guys like you and the Argentine Canaries and lots of global Canaries. It helps us. It makes us happy to see guys like you and people like you celebrate with us. And you have such an infectious smile that we see it and we immediately want to be happy because we see you just cheering away and having a great time watching us. So it helps our mental health to see people like you having fun.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm not like Tete. I do not have the best smile in the world like him, but but I just try to have fun. Just try to share this feeling with other Brazilian Canaries also because it's funny because in the last years North got promoted many times, and but in specific this year in 2020 2021 Norwich got 2021. I think I got I told you wrong with the word. But anyway, but this year in specific, we have so many more Brazilian Canaries joining in our group. It's amazing. It's amazing, and they get so supportive, so happy, so have so much enthusiasm to know more about the club. And for me it's like accomplishment in my life because when I started almost I think 12 almost 12 years old later was just me doing those things, and it was really alone to do some things about Norwich. I feel like crazy because you have no one to talk about Norwich in Portuguese, and sometimes you miss that. And now looking back and watching everything changed and things growing with Brazilian Canaries, I feel so happy because it's like a job done because I try my best to share with other people here in Brazil, being Norwich fans or not, the history of this club, the people that work for this club, the fans that support this club, the city where this club is based on. So I try my best to share with people what Norwich really is and how great, how big this club are. So it's a really intense job. It's so people always ask me how much you receive for that. I say nothing, because people do not understand how is love a club like Norwich, and I don't do those things for for money. I do those things for love and because it makes me happy. Of course, if I work with that, I will be twice as happier. But you know, uh, it's like something that is part of my life. Norwich changed my life, not only in a football way, but in a professional way too, because I learned English because of Norwich. Um, I improved myself being a designer, digital and graphic designer because of Norwich, because I want to create art for posting. Um, I learned how to edit audio, video, and create podcasts. I created a studio in my home just because of that. So it's crazy how Norwich can unite people around the world and, of course, in England, in Norwich City.
To bring it back to the mental health side of things, you touched on a really good point there. That as you've grown, people have kind of helped you, and it's made you happier to go along because people have helped. But you mentioned at the start you were doing it on your own. That must have been quite tough on you
Yes,
to
yes.
be doing all of this without anyone to help you along with it.
Yeah, because here in Brazil, I think in every place in the world, because of this modern era of football, is a normal thing. But here in Brazil, we have so much people here. We are a continental country, so most part of the people in my age or younger than me likes to support clubs, popular clubs like Manchester United, Chelsea, Manchester City. I learned a new word that is glory hunters. I think that's the term. I learned it from Chris, and it's normal being being a younger Brazilian supporter of international team that does not is like Norwich. But the bad part of it is not then supporting those clubs, is then bringing hate for you because your team is not competitive. And you know, I tried my best to not fight back with the same fire. I try to just ignore, or in some cases, if they are really rude, I just say, well, at least my club recognizes me. It's a good phrase that I create to respond that. Or I just say, hey man, you know, it's easy for you because you have money, one much of bunch of things to your club, but my club is fighting for a bigger thing in their own terms, and do not selling their soul for no one, and still keeping together with their fans, with their city. And Norwich shows that, and in a mental way, it was really hard because you are always wanting to say something bad, and you need to think, hey, hold on, I will like to say that to myself. And I stopped to thinking, and no, it will be really bad. And do not need to make those people feel bad because they are sending me bad feeling to me. So it's really a work, a mental work that you need to do, and think about yourself and how you want to be treated for others. And it makes me treat others well because I think I put myself in their place. But it's so hard to do, mate. It's not easy. It's taken me a long time to do that. Since I was a kid, because of things like that. I grown up playing football. I was a goalkeeper in Flamengo, but I stopped to grow up. I have 1 meter in 70 centimeters. Um, but I always listen to bad things because I'm short. I'm a short person. So how can I be a goalkeeper? So since I was a kid, I was working on that, and I was so anxious. I was so I'm still hyperactive, but I was in a bad way like that. I was so stressful. I always was with some rage inside me, and I was trying to calm me down. Hey, it's bad for me being like that. It will make me think. It will make things worse to be like that. So I tried myself my best to be good with others, to be good with me, and to feel better with my life, and to be positive. Is that way that I construct around in those years in my life. So now it's more natural for me because it's like easier to be positive now. But I know I'm really I really know how difficult it is being positive in many cases. If you are we are talking, the pandemic is bad because we are receiving some bad news in every place that you're looking for. And using that example that I told you, when I was a goalkeeper, I was listening in personal bad words, bad feedbacks that will not make me feel better, and not make me do a good effort to improve myself, you know. So it's really hard, and when you are alone, you need to find a way to help yourself with that. Or if you are able to, if you have the resources to do that, find someone that's a professional in that area. Some people need to see a doctor, to see someone that really knows how to do, how to advise you to proceed with something, because some in some cases is not only a personality. It's that a word. It's a thing of your character. It's
Yeah.
not only that. Sometimes it's some pathology, I think that is a word.
Yeah.
It is sometimes you need some remedy for that. You know, sometimes it's more than a psychological and physical way. Sometimes it's a chemical thing that you need to treat,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
everyone needs to see for yourself and think, well, I can handle myself, or I need to search to one someone that need that will help me with that.
You're absolutely right. There, everyone has a different way of coping. Some need help. Some are able to do it themselves. One thing I will say for you, Lucas, is how positive you come across to the rest of us now. So we absolutely love watching you and listening, talking to you. So well done on that. One question I wanted to ask, I've always wanted to keep these videos kind of short, but one thing I do want to ask is over here in the UK, we are trying to get rid of this stigma that mental health is something that shouldn't be spoken about, and it is succeeding. People are more open. I ran a poll the other day and more people said they were comfortable talking than said they weren't. So it is working. What's it like in Brazil talking about mental health? Is it a subject that people are willing to talk about?
Well, I think when I was younger, when you talk about mental health here in Brazil, we have so many terms for that. I'm trying to make a free translation of this, but in some ways, when you talk about mental health, people look at you like you are crazy. It's a really bad stigma that people sometimes do, and it's not like that. It's just the contrary.
Yeah.
If you are looking for talk about your mental health with some friends or with some professional, you are doing the right thing. You are just being the opposite of crazy. You are being amazing with yourself. You know,
Yeah.
you are truly correct. Do not keep it on you, because it will be really bad for you. It will not help you. Just put it in some drawer, lock the case, and took it off. You know, you need to talk about things because it will make you. How can I say the you will breathe better. You know, you will
Yeah.
feel yourself. Now I can
You will
do other
relax, you'll
things.
calm down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You will be more relaxed. It will feels good when you talk about those things. It's really good, you know. It's because it's really hard to say it to people because we are not in their minds. But uh, try to exercise it with yourself in a mirror. Let you talk with yourself, you know. And if it works right, try to do the same thing with your best friend. And if it keep working, well, and if you start to doing better, good. If you think you need a professional because of that, find this person, because you need to treat yourself. But it's not mean that you are with something wrong. No, it's mean that you recognize yourself and you want to make yourself better. So do not be afraid to talk about mental health. Here in Brazil, I think was one day a taboo, but now it's more easier to talk. People was making those kind of jokes, saying that you are crazy, but it's not like that today. Nowadays, I think it's so much easier and so much common to see people talking about mental health. I think the media also helps with that because it's now a subject in TV. You can see many social media talking about that, sites, websites showing some sections about mental health. So now, of course, they do that because they have some business about that. But in general, you can see that is more common, and that's good. So I hope so much that it's be more common with the time going, you know.
I hope so too. Lucas, you've been absolutely amazing. I'm gonna try and pronounce this. Hope I get this. Obrigada.
Perfect. Obrigado. In my case, I need to say de nada. That is, you are welcome.
Well, that was me attempting thank you in Portuguese. But Lucas, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for opening up to us and talking about sort of your experiences, your path to where you are now. As always, thank you for talking about your love for Norwich City, which obviously brings you much happiness. And we hope to see you over here sometime soon.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. Like I told you in the beginning, I'm always happy to be part of anything about Norwich and about the city. And if I can help, please let me know. I will always really glad to help with anything about Norwich or the city or the people. You know, thank you so much for inviting me.
Not a problem. Hopefully, someone will see this, and if they need help, they'll seek it, and we'll have helped someone. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.